So here's the deal, boys and girls. There are two things that you don't want to do when asking for assistance in an adult store with choosing a toy. You know, it's natural and even encouraged in some situations, if you have no idea what you're doing, to ask for help or advice or whatever. And you know, especially if you come to a nice, well-lit store like mine, we'll help you. We will give you the best advice that we can, given whatever we know about you, and we'll try and get you a toy that you will enjoy, because we want you to enjoy it. We want you to come back and get more. You know, it's a basic product of retail. But there are two things that you do not want to do to the poor cashier who you have asked to help you. Number one, if you come and you say, I need help. Okay, what do you need help with? Well, I need help picking. Well, the thing is that we've got a lot of products on the shelves. Like, I can't actually show you our shelves for various reasons, but we have a lot of product. We have at least a couple hundred different toys. And that's not counting, like, the lingerie or the porn or anything like that. Just, like, a couple hundred toys. Butt plugs, vibrators, strap-ons, bullets, rabbits, fleshlights, whatever. If you just say, can you recommend something? What would you recommend? If you don't give us any information whatsoever about what you're looking for, I'm gonna have to either guess, which is not going to go well for either of us, or I'm gonna have to ask kind of awkward questions. I don't mind asking questions. It's just that, you know, most people do mind getting asked those questions. I have found that a lot of people, when they don't give me enough information about what they're looking for, I say, well, would you rather have internal or external stimulation from your vibrator? They get kind of awkward. There's nothing wrong with that. I can understand that just fine, but if you're not going to give me any information, I'm going to have to ask a question about it. So just try to give just a little bit of information. I'm looking for an external vibrator. What would you recommend? Well, I can work with that. Or I'm looking for a rabbit. What would you recommend? I got you covered there. I'm looking for a butt plug. What would you recommend? Well, you know, if you're a beginner, I'd say go with this product. If you're a little bit, you know, more experienced in the butt plug region, I'd say go with something with this brand, choosing a size that you would like to have placed in your butt. Number two, on the opposite end of the spectrum, we get the people who tell us far, far too many things about their sex lives in order to buy a toy. Oh yeah, I'm just coming in for a rabbit because, see, I broke up with my boyfriend. He was horrible in bed. I mean, like, his penis was tiny. He couldn't even hit my G-spot. It was like every time we got in bed together, we just, you know, he'd go and he'd pound it. I'd be like, I'm getting road rash down here, but you're not hitting anything. Don't do that. Do not do that to your poor cashier. For the first thing, we don't care about your sex life, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we sell sex toys, but that doesn't mean we want to hear about your sex life. For another, you realize if you do this, you're going to be the person that the cashier laughs at with their coworkers the moment you leave. Don't be that person. You don't need to explain your love life, especially if you know what you're coming for. If you're coming in for a rabbit, you know, just say, hey, I'd like to buy a rabbit. You know, what would you recommend? You can even say, you know, well, you know, I'm looking for a rabbit because, you know, I find myself newly single and I don't really have anything at the moment. What's out that's new? What's out that's new and good? That's cool. I don't mind hearing that you're newly single and you don't have any toys. That's perfectly fine. I might say, oh, that sucks, you know, or, oh, you know, well, sometimes I hear that toys could, you know, that if it's battery operated, it's even better. But I don't want to hear about the details of your sex life. Your current sex life, your past sex life, what you hope will be your future sex life. I know what part of your sex life is going to be because I know what you're buying. But I don't want to know what you plan on doing with it. I don't want to know if you plan on sticking that vibrating strap-on up your boyfriend's butt. Please, don't tell me. This concludes today's episode of Advice from a Porn Pixie. Please, don't overshare.